What's going on, everybody? It's Game Unboxing Reviews here, and welcome back to another LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight news update. Now today I'll be breaking down everything from the BTS trailer to the NYCC announcements and so much more. I've got some very exciting details to share that you won't want to miss. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, let's kick things off with the latest details about the campaign, which James Gunn says will have real emotion and stakes as TT Games aims to deliver a dramatic and engaging story unlike any LEGO game before. So the head of development, Jonathan Smith, has confirmed that the Ace Chemicals level, which was showcased at Gamescom, was about 2 hours into the main story, and according to the assistant design director, Jimmy Sedota, the full campaign will be about 15 hours long. Now the game's producer, Matt Ellison, says the story will be broken down into 6 eras, starting with Bruce Wayne's childhood in the grounds of Wayne Manor, where we meet a young Alfred and Bruce's parents, but as they prepare to leave for the cinema, Bruce runs off in search of his grey ghost outfit, which based on this clip will lead to the first playable section in the game, where we'll eventually see him fall into that fateful well. And since co-op is optional, you'll likely be joined by a partner character in this level, potentially Thomas Wayne, as we also see him after Bruce finds his outfit. So I think there could be some additional playable characters that are only available during specific levels. And speaking of playable characters, here we see a selfie of Talia al Ghul, who joins Bruce as he climbs the Himalayan mountains, and it appears that this level will involve the blue flower from Batman Begins, which was used to create fear toxin in the movie, so this may set up Scarecrow in the game's story. We later see another scene from Batman Begins, this time poking fun at Bruce as he embraces his fear while a swarm of bats surround him, and the studs on the left indicate that this is our introduction to the Batcave HUB, which will expand as you progress through the story to showcase all the suits and vehicles you've unlocked. And there are said to be tons of ways to customize the Batcave, so if you collect all 5 Batcave trophies in a level, you'll unlock new items to display that reference DC lore, similar to how Batman keeps mementos of his victories in the comics. Now on the official TT Games website, there's an image of the lead sound designer testing the game, and if we zoom in on his screen, we can see that he's playing a new level called the Big Dukaroo, which is a reference to a line from Batman 89 where the Joker calls out Batman during a TV broadcast. And this leads to the parade scene that we see in this level, where the player's objective is to release 3 balloons, which in the movie unleash Smilex gas on the crowd, before the Batwing swoops in to lift the balloons out of the city, while in the game, Batman takes the fight to the streets alongside Catwoman, who he doesn't even meet until Batman Returns. So this is a great example of how TT Games is remixing elements from the films. Now going back to this video, we see Bruce in the Iceberg Lounge, which could be a level inspired by one of 2 scenes from the Batman. So he's either used his secret identity to gain entry into the club, or he sneaked in undetected given that he's wearing his drifter disguise from the movie. We also see Bruce on a rooftop, which raises the question, is he playable in free roam? Well, personally I don't think so. While it's not the first time we've seen Bruce in the city, as shown by this screenshot, it's possible that dev tools were used to spawn him in these areas just for the purpose of these promos. And I think the team would prefer to add more Batsuits instead of a Bruce Wayne skin, but we might be able to play as Bruce in his own hub at Wayne Tower, as we see footage of him in what appears to be his office, as well as a lab area, which both share a similar wall design, so they could be part of the same room. You can also spot the same walls in part of this promo, which indicates that the R&D division is located beneath Wayne Tower. So if this is Bruce's office, maybe the bookshelf is a secret door that leads to the lab, which is actually Lucius Fox's workshop. Interestingly, Bruce is now wearing a much sharper suit than before, so this may reflect his evolution in the story as he embraces his role at Wayne Enterprises. And of course, this promo also references Coleman Reese, who tried to blackmail Lucius Fox in The Dark Knight, but I doubt he'll have any impact on this game's story, as we all know how quickly Fox dealt with him in the film. Next up, let's talk more about the open world. So, Gotham is divided into 4 islands connected by bridges, from Tricorner all the way to the Cauldron south, which we get our first glimpse of in this video, where we can spot a poster for the Flying Graysons, as well as this potential reference to Bruce Wayne's criminal disguise, Matches Malone. Now, around Halloween, we received this promo that shows decorations outside the GCPD building, and while I don't know if these pumpkins were edited into the image, this game is confirmed to cover years of Batman's life, so it would make sense to have seasonal changes throughout the story. And if this is actually a feature in the game, it would be pretty incredible to see the city covered in snow and decorated for Christmas like in Batman Returns, especially if there was an option to switch between seasons after the story. Now in addition to the campaign, Jimmy Sedota said there will be around 15 hours of side quests quests and activities, some of which will take place indoors, such as heists. And this sounds really cool because you'll get to play as Catwoman and break into apartments to commit burglaries. It's also been revealed that Selina will have the ability to glide using a wingsuit, and she'll be useful for solving specific Riddler puzzles along with Batgirl. And before we move on, in my last video I mentioned that Batman can interact with some objects in the city, like we see him here playing a guitar outside a music store. We've also learned that he can greet NPCs who offer different responses, as well as spin newsstands for studs, and even ride this coin-operated rocket just for fun. Up next, let's talk villains. So, another promo that was released around Halloween highlighted some of the Easter eggs in the city, but the biggest reveal is our first look at Jack Napier, who is a mobster that becomes the Joker in Batman 89. But the thing about Jack is, he's also responsible for the death of Bruce's parents in the movie, so this could be the direction that TT Games is taking with Batman's origin in this story. Now, this promo highlights some of the upcoming villains in the game, including Harvey Dent, who closely resembles Tommy Lee Jones, so we can expect this version of Two-Face to be inspired by his design from Batman Forever. We also have this new shot of Penguin looking slightly younger, and the caption confirms that his campaign for mayor will be part of the story, but we can also spot what looks like Jack Napier behind him, who seems to be working with a potentially corrupt judge, and yes, he already has a plan to blow up Gotham. And of course, here's our first look at Pamela Isley, who is clearly based on Uma Thurman's portrayal in Batman and Robin, and this other promo reveals one of the deadly plants that we'll encounter when she becomes Poison Ivy in the story. Now, going back to the latest trailer, we can spot this newspaper that reveals the first look at Carmine Falcone, which seems to be based on his portrayal in Batman Begins, and the trailer also features references to other villains in the form of graffiti. Here we see the name Rex, potentially referring to Rex Calabresi. There's also this artwork of the Drophead Mugger's mask from the Batman, along with a tag labeled Solomon Grundy that interestingly features 3 symbols of Lego bricks, which could have a deeper meaning, so maybe Grundy is a secret encounter in the game. Next up, we need to talk about the new suits. So, since my last video, 7 more Batsuits have been confirmed. In the latest trailer, we see Adam West's iconic suit from the 60s show, as well as this suit from the 1943 Batman serial film, which just looks so cool. And this is a deep cut, so it just proves that nothing in Batman's 86-year history is off limits. Now, to celebrate Batman Day, some more promos were released that unveiled 2 new suits. We have the legendary Batman the Animated Series suit, and of course Val Kilmer's Sonar suit from Batman Forever, both looking awesome in Lego form. And to mark the 20th anniversary of Lego Batman, a new collection of sets was announced, including this huge Batman symbol, which includes a redeemable digital unlock of this exclusive gold Batsuit. Now, how we'll redeem it is currently unknown, but Lego did something similar leading up to the Skywalker Saga game, and those codes turned out to be cheats that everyone can still use to this day, so I personally don't think this will be DLC. And it's also worth mentioning that this collection will be available on March 1st, 2026, so if Lego plans to release these sets alongside the game, we could see Legacy of the Dark Knight launch sometime in the spring, but that's only speculation at this point. Now, getting back to the Batsuits, another promo was released on Halloween that unveiled this really cool pirate costume, which is inspired by Captain Leatherwing from the comics. And yes, Matt Ellison has confirmed that the game will include both Batman and Robin suits from the original Lego Batman game, and they should look exactly how you remember them from 2008, as Matt said that these suits won't be as detailed as some of the other designs in the game. And since these suits complement each other, hopefully we'll get more Robin suits to match the other Batsuits in the game, but it'll also be interesting to see if any other playable characters receive suits based on their original designs as well. Now then, this is very exciting. So in my last video I talked about how red bricks will unlock modifiers, and Jimmy Sedota has clarified that these are actually new customization options that change the colors of your suits and vehicles, allowing you to create your very own custom Batsuits and Batmobiles. And if we go back to this gameplay, we see a prompt for the Toxic Waste modifier, which presumably turns Batman and his vehicles green. So with 70 unlockable Batsuits plus every Batmobile imaginable, there's no limit to the combinations you can create, and with no word on a character creator, I think this feature will be a great substitute, and I cannot wait to mess around with it. Now, the final suit we have here is for Jim Gordon. This promo shows him in a police uniform during his first month at GCPD, before he even grows his signature mustache, and the photo is credited to Arnold Flass, who is Jim's old partner from Batman Begins, so it'll be interesting to see if he makes an appearance early in the story. And I think we could also see Jim suit up in this SWAT uniform, especially since he already owns a SWAT van in the game. Which brings us to the new vehicles. So the latest trailer confirmed 2 Batmobiles. We have the 60s Batmobile looking stylish as ever, as well as the Batmobile from Batman Forever, which might be my favourite so far. It just looks so sleek under the rain and Gotham's lighting. We also got confirmation of this pretty cool Batmobile from Batman and Robin, and the Batmobile from Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, which has such an awesome design. And these vehicles are part of LEGO Batman's Anniversary Collection, so each set will include a digital unlock for a gold variant of the respective Batmobile from 1997 to 2016 and 2022. And I just want to point out that in this shot we can see some graffiti of the train gang leader from the Batman, so I wonder if his gang will appear in the game too. And since TT Games collaborated on these vehicle sets, I think it's safe to assume that the minifigs for George Clooney's ice armor and Ben Affleck's armored batsuit will also be unlockable suits in this game. But there are 2 more notable vehicles in the latest trailer. First, we see Bruce and Alfred admiring this yellow car, which is likely the Batman's Batmobile before it gets modified, as there was a Dodge Charger for sale in the tie-in Gotham Globe newspaper. We also see Batman driving a forklift, which is interesting because players at Gamescom weren't able to drive any civilian vehicles in the demo, unlike in most modern LEGO games where you can drive pretty much any vehicle in the city, so I wonder if this will change in the final build, although it's probably just used to solve a specific puzzle. And last but most certainly not least, Jonathan Smith has confirmed that TT Games will announce some DLC projects in the future. Now it's currently unknown if this will include new suits, vehicles, or even levels, but it's just great to know that the team has plans for this game post-launch, and I can't wait to see what they have in store for us. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. It has been in the works for a long time, and I'm really excited to finally share it with you all, so I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway guys, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.